Hey folks, Stars and Stripes RC with you tonight here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I have some special guests with me here. I have Veronica Moses and their daughter Evie. Um, for those of you that don't know me, I've got some new people that have subscribed to my channel. I want to thank all my subscribers for sticking around with me. I've got new members in my RC groups that I moderate for FMS and my personal. So I'm the U.S. brand ambassador for FMS. I've worked with FMS for about 4 years now. The first year that I've done this, I was basically just an affiliate and did that for about a year, and and then they asked me to be their brand ambassador, which what I did at the time was research hundreds of RC clubs in the U.S. We got a lot of those sponsored by FMS, where they sent them raffle items for their events. As well, I would go and visit these RC clubs and participate in their event and represent FMS at those events. I helped FMS with their Mother's Day, Father's Day, Christmas promotions. I help them promote those things, and so it's been a lot of fun. I want to thank FMS for sponsoring me, and RC Battery for sponsoring me. They've been really good to me and take good care of me. So what I'm doing tonight is I've done a couple of interviews so far for FMS where I talk to beginner pilots or potential beginner pilots, and do just a question and answer interview with them, and then FMS sends them a plane. In this case, I did an interview with my wife 2 years ago. You can see her story on fmshobby.com on their blog page. And then about 2 weeks ago, was it roughly? I did an interview with Evie here with the help of her parents and everything. She's a shy girl, but I'm hoping to see, or waiting to see, that interview put up on their blog page. So hopefully that'll happen pretty soon. They helped me get a lot of pictures for that blog, including Veronica and Moses and Evie. So I'll watch out for that, and as I see it, I'll send a link out to that to you guys as well. So what FMS sent Evie for participating is this 850 millimeter Ranger right here. FMS has got more involved than any other manufacturer I know in trying to get new blood into this hobby. In other words, new pilots. They promoted the beginner program now for at least 3 years, and that's where we're lacking. The hobby here, more so in New Mexico, is dying out, in my opinion, because the RC clubs here aren't really doing anything to get new blood into the hobby. These RC clubs that I go to out of state, and every one of them that I researched over the second year, all have beginner pilot programs where they have dedicated instructors. They supply airplanes and radios, and they teach these people how to fly. Well, they don't have that here, and it's really sad. And I'm advocating for that. So hopefully, one of these clubs will pick that up and do their part and give back to the hobby. So they have a lot of really nice beginner planes. Most recently, the Micro PA-18 and the Micro T-28 there. Beginner plane, obviously the 850 millimeter Ranger. They have a 1220 millimeter Ranger. They, in my opinion, the Mall over here, the blue one, it would be a great trainer. The Kingfisher, their Cessna 182 would be an excellent trainer, as well as the J16 on the bottom. So there's a lot of planes out there that I would consider a trainer, even without gyros or without GPS or anything like that. A lot of them nowadays come out with gyros in them. So on this one here, actually, it has a GPS unit in it where if it gets so far out, it automatically turns around and comes back. And once it reaches your home position, it'll circle around above you until you put radio inputs in it. So that's really cool. Or they have, like on these, a return to home button where if it gets very far out, you push a button and it'll turn and come back to you. That way, if it gets to the point, oh, I can't see it or whatever, and I don't know what it's doing, hit that button and it turns around and comes back. So that's really cool about this, the GPS on this. It also has the full stabilization mode, the stabilized mode. Optimized mode is obviously for the more advanced. So once you learn it on the beginner mode, you can hit the switch to the optimized mode where it's more for intermediate and beginner, or intermediate and experienced. So this particular Ranger here has a wingspan of 33.5 inches. The length on it is 25.8 inches. A flying weight of 290 grams, so it's really light, and that's a good thing. Motor on it is 2315 kV 3850. Has a 12 amp ESC, and the battery that comes with it. This is ready to fly, and we'll get into the box. But this comes with an 850 milliamp battery and a charger. So everything's in the box that you need to fly the plane. Kind of give you a little history on Evie. She's not only goes to school. When does school? Is it coming up?
Wednesday.
So while in school, she not only does that, she plays softball. And how long have you been playing softball?
3 years.
For 3 years. And you recently started playing basketball. Are you still doing that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So to get into this hobby now, she's for year 11.
Yes.
For 11-year-old, she's got a pretty busy lifestyle, in obligations and stuff like that. So I just want you guys to know that I'm willing to give my time to Evie whenever you have time, to get her out and come over and teach her the ins and outs of this thing. And because I guarantee you, if she ever gets to the point where she's flying it by herself, she's just going to love it. She's going to, yeah. So I gave her or them a flight simulator a while back. Like I said, with the busy lifestyle, I know you used it for a while and then laid off a little while. Have you been using that lately? No?
No.
So that's the best start for you, Evie. If you can even get 10 minutes a day on there for a couple of weeks, then I think that would be plenty. So getting into the box. This is a little plane. It's a nice beginner plane, okay? It comes with its own remote. And I'll have to look at the manual here, but they do come with left and right hand throttle, obviously, because the directions show for left and right hand. So you basically have the GPS button is here. Your throttle, this is a left hand throttle. Aileron, elevator. You have your elevator trim button here, aileron trim button here, power button here. The thing I don't see on this one is a rudder trim button, so that'll be done manually. Yeah, simple little radio. Your different modes are right here. It comes with all the instructions on how to set up the GPS, how to work all that stuff. So I won't get into that. It's all in the instruction book. I'll even have to read up on it because I don't have any, none of my planes in here have that. Your cute little landing gear. That's actually not bad. So on your wings, I meant to mention too on your radio, again, like the micros here, this is your basic 4 or 6 channel radio, and you don't have any DR and Expo in here. Okay, so beginners, that's why the beginners fly it on the full stabilization mode, because it doesn't give it much deflection on the flying surfaces. Okay, so once you go into the higher modes, you got to be ready for some sensitivity on your sticks. So on the wing, you can see it doesn't have regular servo arms with clevises for adjusting. So the way you adjust that is either separate this or pinch it in to level off your surfaces when you're setting up the throws on it. It's your little wing spars here. All this is done with screws. I think it only takes like 3 screws to put this together. Looking at the top, cool little design on the top. Should be visible at a good distance. And really, all that's left is the fuselage. You got your charger right here. So they had to put those in there. They send you 1 battery with it, which you could probably get about 5-minute flight, 6-minute maybe out of that. And then the plug for the charger. How cute, huh? So the fuselage, the only thing you have to do is hook up the, you have your leads here for your ailerons that will plug into these 2 here that'll power your ailerons. 1 screw holds the wing on. Looking at the bottom, this is where the battery will go in here. This ought to be fun. I can't wait to fly this. So what I'll do is I'll put it together and I'll get it all set up and ready to fly for Evie here at home, and then I'll give it to her, and then we'll hopefully get to meet at the park one of these Saturdays and give it a try. Are you excited? You want to fly?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is just your little bag of screws for that stuff, for your landing gear and your wing. So very minimal parts. Should be fun. All right, guys. Thanks for watching.